Hello everyone, welcome everyone. This is now Tomato Jones. This is a like and dislike video, and what things I do like about the game and things that can be added so that class as a dislike. So this is my own personal opinion. This is not a game review or anything like that. This is just my opinion. So I'm going to start with the likes. So as you may hear, the soundtrack is, well, to me it seems calming and relaxing. So it's not like it's going to make you like rush through the game. You can do it at your own pace if you wanted to. And the second thing, what I like about the game, you can control a tomato. If I can control the menus. So you pretty much control a tomato and you're going around places in your little adventure. So you have two types of enemies. I'm going to see if I can show you one right now. One is like an Indian tribal kind of guy. And the other one is the Nazi with the yellow. You see him in the main menu, but you can actually interact with him, whatnot. So also these guys will talk to you or talk to themselves. So they don't like what they're doing right now, so they hate their jobs. So if I stand around here, just quit this game. It is boring as hell. So just stay here a bit longer. He will say a few more other titles. I fucking hate tomatoes. So yeah, they do swear. So that was actually the reason why I like it, because I wasn't expecting it to be like that. So that's one of the I like about it. But the other guy is exactly the same thing. It does exactly the same thing as this guy's doing, but it's yellow and it's got a Nazi hat on. It says the same dialogue, so nothing different. And there's only two at the moment. So I like how they swear, so to speak. I wasn't expecting it, and they say some stuff that's quite funny as well. So the level design seems well, fine to me. So you have these moving platforms taking you left to right. You have platforms that you're just seeing going up and down. You also have spike traps that come out the wall. You have also some more saw blades that go on the floor that go left and right. You have all kinds of objects to avoid, like swinging axes later on in the game. So there's plenty of obstacles to actually avoid. So it's not that bad. So I kind of like that, having stuff to dodge, not just these guys that walk around. So also the sound, what the tomato makes, I don't know, it just sounds satisfying, so to speak. So if I just die, it's got tomato juice everywhere. As soon as he dies, he gets cut in half by the blade. So let me just rephrase what I've talked about. So likes, the soundtrack is nice and calm. Yeah, the enemies swear, and that was unexpected. I wasn't expecting that, like I said before. The level design seems great. I played all 20 levels. I have got 3 stars, but on the 20th level, it only gave me 2, even though I got 3 stars on it. So, and also the sound of tomato when it dies. And like, you could like the physics of tomato when it moves, but I'll get around to that in the dislike section. So the dislike section, there is more than dislikes than it is likes. So I've actually made a list so I don't forget of what I'm actually talking about. So the first one on the list, the game needs better textures. So I know it's on 1080p, but it doesn't look like it is, if you know what I'm talking about. So it just needs polishing up a bit, so to speak. I know graphics don't make the game, but it would be it would be nice. Sorry, looking at a more polished and clean looking game. Also in the graphic options, I'll quickly go back to the main menu. I'll quickly go through that. So in the graphical options or video options, there's really not much you can really change. You can have the screen resolution, the color depth and full screen. To me personally, I think they should have more options, so if for some reason someone has a really bad PC and it can't run it like this, they should be able to run it down. So, but I know this overall quality you can do, but to me I think it should be more personalized. So if you want it on high, you can have like anti-aliasing down or something, or VSync off if you want it off. But there should be have more options like anti-aliasing and all that other good stuff, VSync and whatnot. It just needs more options. So the controls, I have heard it, well, I've actually tried it myself now. My friend told me, or Adam told me the it has a partial controller support. For me, the controller flips out. Once I move the Tomanto, it does what the hell it wants. So it's a partial, but it doesn't work very properly for me. So at the moment, the developer said he's working on a fully working controller support for the game. So that would be nice for everyone who likes to use one. So let's talk about the world map and the level background. Let's go to there, shall we? So the world map. Let's start with the background. Grey. Not a pleasant thing to look at. But of course it's not down to the background, it's all down to what's over here, but it would be nice, since if you noticed, there's like 3 kind of sections to each of this world map. So there's a dark section, there's like a mild, call it, section, and there's like a bright section. So to me, maybe you can put like maybe a jungle here in the background on this sort of brighten up section, and maybe since it goes like a darker color, you can have it like maybe a cave sort of theme, so it blends in between the two, light and dark sort of color. And then once you get to the horrible darkness, so it means like something's going to happen soon. Maybe, I don't know, like a dungeon, I don't know really. Just different themes, just not make it look grey. But, so let's also go into the level, any level, doesn't matter. And let's show you the background for that. So, this is probably the wrong level I actually picked, but well, so I can get somewhere for you. Come on, get up, you piece of nothing. Come on. Okay, see if I can show you now. Right here, there we go. So here, it's not a really good thing to look at, is it? A black background. Well, so some people might like it just plain black, but to me it would be nice if you see a background. So something like resembling the movies, or if you want to do it that way, just something that looks more colourful and more inviting, so to speak. So yeah, that's pretty much the backgrounds covered. I said about the controller support, it needs to be supported because it's a platformer game, and I know people will bitch about the mouse and keyboard won't be as great compared to a controller. My next complaint, this is number 5, it needs better camera angles on the later stages. The only reason why I say the later stage is because at the moment there's not that much really in the way. So once you get in the later stages, you'll have a lot of objects in your way. But I had a few camera angles that I did not like whatsoever because it was blocking my view of what I wanted to do. So yeah, the camera angles need to be improved. Of course you can go into options and turn off the auto camera, but then you have to control it manually with the left and right. So that can be confusing, because if you want to change directional, you need to make sure you position yourself where you're moving as well. So other than that, it's not too bad, the camera. It's just a few levels that can be annoying when you're like in the zone and you don't want to die and all that stuff. Speaking of dying, when you die, like so, it says you died. Then it loads the level up again. In my books, I don't think it should do that, or have a faster loading time, or have it like a player teleport sort of system. So if you die, you go back to the last checkpoint or whatever. It shouldn't, to me, it shouldn't be a loading for each time the level every time you die. So that's one of my main issues I don't like. As you see, you die, you load the level back up. But this is some like just picky things. And also, you may have seen it a few times, me actually playing, but your tomato acts like a bouncy ball at times. It's not all the time. I'll see if I can explain this, hopefully, in a good way. Or so people can understand it, sorry, I should say. So, once you get to a point where you're rushing to get through, and I'm dead. Once you get to like an area that you need to sort of do it in a timed phase, and you got to do it quite quickly before you fall down. If you jump to one platform to another and you jump again, sometimes it will bounce you further than you need to, and that will kill you. And of course that will bring you to the loading screen again. So maybe you can dumb down on the bouncy ball effect sort of thing. I'll see if I can show you some examples. It normally happens as well when you go up like a slope, and if you jump just before the slope, it like this sort of thing. You see how far that launched me? Like, I just jumped off. I wasn't expecting to go that far. Like so. So it's happened when you jump on a box, but normally when you jump on here, it's the same thing. When you jump on, it just launches you everywhere. If you jump, you can't stop yourself from going that fast when mid-air. So maybe that needs fixing, but that's just my opinion. Also, it lags really, really bad. Let me show you a level. So actually, no, it works on that level. I have had it done on a few other levels, but it's not as bad. But let's go to the last level. Yeah, for some reason, like I said, I got 3 stars in level, but for some reason I'm not counting, so I'm not too sure why. So, as I was talking about, you get like a blade at the wall, and you get spikes from the floor. Also, it would be nice, once you get impaled, it impels the tomato. Don't make your tomato go launching in the air. See if I'm... So the tomato doesn't get impaled, it just floats. So it would be nice if the tomato actually gets stuck in the blade, not just flop around. Whee! Yeah, so as you just saw, it done like the bouncy ball effect where I jumped in the air and I hit something and it bounced me somewhere else, and the game thinks I'm still alive. So that's another thing. Okay, this is the part I'm talking about where the game lags. There we go. So if you hit the spike and the door at the same time, the game will lag to 1 frame a second, and it may take a little bit to actually get the game saying you died. Or it just take a while for it to load, as you just see right here. It's acting really, really slow. It has happened to me a few times on other areas, but not as bad as this, how slow it goes. So yes, let's see if I can pause it. Another dislike is it needs to be improved anyway. For the when you fall through objects like mine carts, I even happened to fall through a floor. I'm not sure how I did it, but I did. Also, another dislike is the how you push the objects. It's not really ideal for this sort of thing to actually happen. So for a tomato, maybe he just fell off. It may be more ideal if you have like a whip or something to maybe pull to pull the object towards you. So it will get stuck in a corner, and it's quite difficult to actually get it out of a corner when it is stuck. So it's making you restart the checkpoint to actually try it again. So at the moment, some of these objects are pretty okay to push, just at times it will get annoying to an extent. So let's see if I can actually jump. Jump, tomato, jump! It's only a box. Don't let that defeat you. Yeah, it takes a time to get on the box as well, depending on how you jump. But yeah, I'm going to go to the minecart and see if I can fall through it. So as you see there, that's that kind of like a bouncy ball effect. So once you get to the top and then you want to jump, try and get past the spikes, it just bounces you over, kind of thing. When it's like you don't mean to do it like that, but it just happens. So when I first saw the minecart, I was very happy, but if you go too fast, it will near enough you'll glitch through the minecart and die. But I haven't yet to. It happened to me like 3 times, but now I'm trying to record it and it's not actually happening. So this is another part about the bouncy ball effect. So it's not really. Once you're trying to rush, you do that, and then of course it just bounces you straight over where you need to go. But that's maybe just me being picky, but that's what it is, or what it happens anyway. So I can't really show you the minecart me actually glitching through it, but just be careful how you actually control with that minecart, because it might not work, so to speak, so you might fall through it. So this is another, it needs to happen, or if you can, needs to be having more enemies, not only 2. So the 2 enemies are the Nazi guy and the Indian guy. So you can have, like my friend said, Adam, you can have a worm. I've been looking on Google, so there's a few types of insects are harmful to, so maybe these can be enemies like white flies, cutworms, flea beetles, and all sorts of that. Well, there's plenty of other insects or something of the kind. You can make it harmful to a tomato to kill it. So yeah, this is the end of the Tomato Jones video, so I hope you like it, and I'll see you guys and girls in the next episode.